Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Denise Hurd, Vice President of Research for the U.S. Poultry and Egg Association. Today, I will be speaking with Dr. Reshma Ramachandran regarding one of her current research projects funded by U.S. Poultry and its foundation. Dr. Ramachandran is an assistant research professor within the Department of Poultry Science at Mississippi State University. Hi, Reshma, and thank you for spending some time with me today to discuss your research.
Thank you, Dr. Hurd, for having me. And also, I would like to thank the U.S. Poultry and its foundation for funding this project. My research team is extremely excited to begin this research.
Awesome. So the project that we're going to be reviewing is titled Evaluating Vertical Transmission of Salmonella Redding Outbreak Strain in Turkeys Using Bioluminescent Imaging. I understand that your primary research interest includes the mitigation of bacterial pathogens in poultry breeding stock to prevent vertical transmission to progeny, as well as improving reproductive performance of breeders. This project appears to fit right in with your areas of expertise. Please, can you begin by providing a bit of background of why you decided to study in this subject area?
So our study, as you mentioned, it focuses on Salmonella. And Salmonella is a major public health and food safety concern worldwide. We are specifically focusing on a recently emerged outbreak serotype, Salmonella redding. So this serotype, the Salmonella redding, from 2019, it has been linked with multi-state foodborne outbreaks following the consumption of contaminated turkey products, and that resulted in 133 hospitalizations and 1 death in the US. Also, this resulted in 4 recalls of turkey products and huge economic loss to the turkey industry. However, no specific turkey company was found accountable, and the entire US turkey industry was engaged in this investigation, putting a lot of pressure on them. Also, this indicated that Salmonella redding is widespread throughout the turkey production chain. And further genomic studies on the outbreak strain revealed the possibility of the vertical transmission of Salmonella redding from turkey breeders to poults being a potential cause for the outbreak. So in order to develop effective intervention strategies to mitigate this pathogen and to prevent foodborne illnesses, it was critical to understand its potential for transmission from turkey breeders to progeny through their eggs. So that's why my research team is interested to study this subject area.
Thank you. Tell us about your experimental design and procedures and how this project is unique amongst all of the other research currently going on around Salmonella redding.
A major highlight of our study is that we will be using the bioluminescence technology for the real-time quantification and tracking of live bacteria in the host. Our research group, we have already constructed the bioluminescent Salmonella redding strains, and we will be using those strains for this study. So we will be conducting this study in the Animal Biosafety Level 2 research facility at the Mississippi State University Poultry Research Unit. And we will be using commercial turkey laying breeder hens that are artificially inseminated. And we will be challenging them with the bioluminescent Salmonella redding outbreak and non-outbreak strains that we have constructed. And the eggs, the fertile eggs laid by the hens will be incubated and will be hatched. And we will be using this bioluminescence technology for tracking the colonization of Salmonella redding in the reproductive tissues in hens, as well as its ability to vertically transfer and colonize the internal organs of turkey poults. So this will give us a direct evidence of the vertical transmission potential of Salmonella redding from breeders to progeny, which will be reported first time if it happens. And also, all other ongoing research on Salmonella redding are mainly investigating its ability for horizontal transmission and colonization in systemic organs like liver, spleen, and gastrointestinal tract. So our study is the first of this kind to research the reproductive tract colonization and vertical transmission in turkeys.
Thank you. And can you comment on some of your expected outcomes?
Sure. So what we are expecting is the findings from this study will allow us to have a greater understanding of the transmission of Salmonella reading and will assist the turkey industry to develop effective pre-harvest intervention strategies such as the National Poultry Improvement Plan, which is the NPIP, testing and monitoring of breeder flocks and hatching eggs to control and eliminate this serotype to improve the overall safety of turkey products. Also, we expect to generate valuable information on the virulence of Salmonella reading strains as we will be comparing the colonization and transmission between the outbreak and non-outbreak Salmonella reading strains. Also, we will be able to provide or develop a novel approach, which is the bioluminescence technology to track the vertical transmission of pathogens in poultry, which is not very extensively used in the poultry industry.
Can you discuss some of the potential contingencies or limitations to completing the study and how you plan to overcome those?
So for developing the bioluminescent Salmonella reading strains, we used a plasmid-based bioluminescence system. So one of the limitations is that the plasmid instability in a Salmonella reading strain that we have constructed. So in case of such a plasmid instability, our research team, we have like full access to other stable bioluminescent plasmids that insert the bioluminescence gene into the Salmonella chromosome. And then we can use those Salmonella reading strains for turkey challenge. And we can overcome the limitation of plasmid instability.
Is there anything else before we close that you would like to share with our audience today?
To control Salmonella, the industry should focus not only on post-harvest interventions at the processing plants, but also pre-harvest interventions at the farm level, which includes biosecurity and vaccination. Further, for successful pre-harvest control, it is important to understand the potential of Salmonella serotypes for vertical transmission from breeders through hatching eggs to progeny. And I believe that our study will provide important information that can be used for controlling the newly emerged foodborne pathogen that is Salmonella reading, as well as other future emerging Salmonella serotypes.
Okay. Well, Reshma, thank you very much for providing an overview of your research for us today. We are very excited and we'll be looking forward to the findings. And thank you again.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hurd, for having me. And again, thank you, US Poultry and the Foundation for funding this study.